Now, Jaxson Dart, as I mentioned, is my quarterback. I'm a Giants fan.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to go to you now, Jason, because you got some quarterback issues in the Ravens.
I don't think so.
Diego Pavia is going to be a good quarterback.
Right. Why is this controversial? Why can't you have any athlete come out and support? I would even say this is support of the president. This is where we've gone, in that you can't even do this. This is an honor and a privilege. This young man gets to speak in front of a crowd, in front of the presidential seal, and introduce the president of the United States. Why make it so controversial?
I think it's upsetting because the right has a double standard. They told us to shut up and dribble. You know, they also said, take politics out of sport. There was a guy who used to come on the show, doesn't come anymore, but he used to always be like, I love the NFL, but once Kaepernick started kneeling, I couldn't watch it anymore. He put politics in the sport. And now you have politics in sport, and all of you guys are sitting here and cheering. So it shows the hypocrisy of the right. If it was just, hey, everybody's going to do what they want. They're adults. They can bring politics into it. That's fine.
The difference in political messaging,
is our football
right?
expert.
You have Colin Kaepernick that had a very clear and provocative message. And you had a very subtle message in Jaxson Dart or Nick Bosa when he did the little YMCA dance. There are subtle things that athletes can do that I think we can all get around. But what is the difference between a Kaepernick and a Jaxson Dart?
First of all, I watch college football, not NFL.
Fair.
But
and you know Abdul Carter,
you now might know Hostin Mendoza going to
you remember Abdul Carter for when he tore up Notre Dame.
When he played well.
Mendoza,
he played Notre Dame.
I love Mendoza. Now, he was playing with the University of Indiana University. He didn't go to that event in the White House because he's like, I got to hone in on my career. So I kind of see both sides on this. Like, if you go out and you're an NFL player and you endorse a president or endorse a candidate, it's going to come with a risk and you're going to get the backlash. And if you want to stand up and say, you know what, I don't freaking care. I support this guy. He's what I stand for. Then go for it. You have every right to do it in America. That's the one thing. The difference is with Kaepernick is that his was so provocative on how it was the national anthem is for all Americans, right? Exactly. It is about the love of America, and it was just like a punch in the gut against the patriotism of America. So that's where I think it was a little different with Kaepernick, because it was so overtly political, attacking the American symbol of the national anthem.
So measured. If only the cackling hens of The View, of course, could not resist to jump at the chance to criticize Dart for his support of the president.
I think when you know the history of this president and you know the biases of this president, for a certain community, the black community, for me, if this feels personal. And I think if you are someone who attacks the community to which I belong, and you support that, that tells me two things. Either one, you agree with his politics and you agree with his biases, or you can be adjacent to it, stomach it, and that means you are complicit, in my view.
See how refreshing. You have Abdul Carter, who I don't agree with his original post, but he ended up saying, I talked to Jaxson like a man, and we were able to hash out our differences and move on. That's not what's happening on The View. Foldy, you're a big fan of Sonny, I know.
Yeah, it's big time.
Tell me, why do they always get it wrong? Like, why does she have to bring race involved? Jaxson Dart is not somehow a racist all of a sudden because
she didn't
he
call
supports.
him that, though.
Yes, she did.
She insinuated.
Yes, she did.
She did not.
We're all.
They're saying
Look, Harrison, she did all of these things for the reason she does all of these things, because The View is it's probably the breeding ground of mental illness in America. And I think later on that show, they were saying the Giants offensive line should not block for Jaxson Dart because they hope he gets concussed. Here's the thing, as you know, the Giants' offensive line is not blocking for Jaxson Dart particularly well. But the thing about Abdul Carter is...
We're getting there.
I'm just like, do you know who your new head coach is? The Harbaugh brothers have been at the Trump White House more than almost anyone else on planet Earth. So if you've got a problem with your quarterback or your coach supporting Trump, and you're on the New York Giants in particular, well, I hate to tell you, Harbaugh is a big fan of President Trump. But
information, truth, is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.